such and such. If you get any video games, call me. That's how I take care of my stuff. I've never paid retail for any Nintendo game except two, and that being Dragon Warrior 4 and Snow Brothers. So everything else I have gotten probably for less than $3 a piece. When you go to thrift stores, you only think thrift stores are flea markets or some yard sales. But have you ever opened your mind up to, let's say, thrift store auctions? Because those 18-wheeler trucks are not full with just junk. They go to auctions. People bid on every single day, 9 to 5, usually at a Salvation Army or Goodwill or something like that. Estate auctions. When people pass away, there's stuff left in the house. Where do they put stuff that ages that people like us care about? Oh, that old video game shit, put it in the attic. There you go. I actually have a good find. Perfect example for me right here. That's my Rob the Robot. Rob the Robot. I got this for $2 out of the state sale. Yes, it has styrofoam that's messed up, but the box came with it. The pins on this thing, where the batteries go, were so immaculate, it looked like it had never been used. And the stickers for the, where are my spinners?
Right there.
In here. Could be.
Hey, it's down there. There you go. There's the tops.
Yeah. The spinners that go for gyro mics still had the stickers on. I asked the lady, I said, what is that right there? She goes, well, I don't know, it's just an old video game thing. You can have it. I said, how much? She goes, $2. Done. Fully functional, 100% complete. Perfect example of an estate sale. Another example of asking people at a thrift store or going to an auction at a thrift store. 2007, I walked up to Kevin at the Goodwill, and he said, there's an auction tomorrow, so I went. Nobody came. Me and 3 other people showed up. They had bins that were probably 4 by 5, maybe 3.5, 4 feet tall. I paid $26. Super Nintendo, CIB. Chrono Trigger, CIB. Earthbound, CIB. Secret of Mana, Breath of Fire 1 and 2, not CIB. And Game Genie with the book, CIB. $27. That's a perfect example.
What does CIB stand for?
Complete in box.
Oh, wow.
It's MISB.
Complete in box. That means styrofoam. Usually the insert for a Super Nintendo game, there's a piece of paper that holds the game in place opposed to a Nintendo game.
Right.
You have your manual, your holder, styrofoam, or your game itself.
Damn.
So when it comes to CIB, a perfect example, I wanted to bring this up. Nintendo, for some reason, changed their mind along the line. I don't know why. Half the time you get this is a really shitty one, sorry. Half the time you'll get this. If you're serious about your collection, like I am, I'm sorry, I'm a freak about it. It's just how I work. These are relatively worth more. For example, you could probably sell 10 of these for $5 on eBay. You could sell 10 of these for about $8 on eBay. Imagine that over 647. Every cartridge I have has a Nintendo Dust League one, so that's a major point also if you ever want to be considerate, to be serious about your collection and just add value. Just when you're at a thrift store, oh, is that a case? Okay, no problem. Back to the auction. So that would be the best thing to do if you were to ever try to be serious without kind of being caught, you know what I mean, when it comes to collecting. Anybody know about this game?
Yes.
Okay. What can I do for you, Dick?
I never asked you, what's your collection worth now?
When I had 496 games back in November of 2009, I put it on eBay and I put a buy now $50,000. Nobody paid for it, of course, because I didn't want this. I just wanted to see what was generated. Somebody sent me an email and said, I will give you $8,000 for what you have. At the time, I had, I think, around 90 to 100 CIB games, 2 sealed games, and maybe 110 games with the manual, and it was worth $8,000 then, and that was November 2009. Come on in, come on in.
We're still looking.
So, now I'm going to honestly say that my collection is probably somewhere around 14 to 15,000. I have 648, 18 sealed, never opened, 159 CIB, 2 of them autographed by main characters, and 187 with the manual. Every single one of them has a Nintendo Dust. in addition to them being clean, sanded down. So that adds definite relative significant value to it. So everybody knows what Power Blade 2 is, right? Very,
No, not everybody
very
does.
uncommon. I do not have it. This game is a pain in the ass to find. If you find this game, let me know. Because I found the manual for a quarter about 6 years ago.
Will do.
What do you do if you got a sticker on it? Give me some, come on, throw something at me. Mr. Chris, what do you do if you have a game with a sticker on it? What do you do to take it off? Yes, sir.
My God, you know who I am.
Yes, I do.
Let's see, what do you do in order to get a sticker off? I never would try to take a sticker off.
Okay, I like that answer. That gives me more room to feed you guys.
I wouldn't even do that either.
You guys know this game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who would play?
Here.
Question? No. Go ahead.
Stick on hair dryer.
Okay. Okay. Not many people would say that. This is how you not do it. Like this asshole.
Oh.
This guy's a douche. We do not care about super bass fishing. But what if that game that he was sliding on with a friggin' quarter, nickel, whatever, was,
Earthbound.
thank you, Chrono Trigger, or whatever other Super Nintendo game next, or Ninja Gaiden Trilogy. I'm taking my shoes off because I feel comfortable. So this is how you not do it. He's saying to take a quarter, scrape it off, and then use Goo Gone like it's going to actually help it. Like alcohol, yeah. What you do is, everybody lives in a house that has a hairdryer and or a heat gun. If you live by yourself and you're a single man, I don't know what to tell you. Ask your mom. A hairdryer will heat up the cartridge to where the plastic will not work. It'll heat it up. All you got to do is take your fingernail, peel the sticker right off. Works every single time. I've never had a problem. And when you have your goo still left on it, you don't want to have cleaning residue eat up the plastic. Goo Gone with orange cleaner in it, it usually works for me. I've never had any problems with residue or anything of the nature. So, right here, like dumbasses at a video rental store. Now this game right here, CIP, is worth $850. So some idiot put one on the box. That's hard right there because it's paper on paper. There's no laminate over the box. One on that, and there was nothing on it. So just had that picture. And no, I don't have Samsung either. Pins. As I said earlier, when you guys play your games, and when you guys play your games and you have problems with cleaning them, you don't usually use, the Nintendo cleaner or anything like that. Usually Q-tips and alcohol will do the job and you'll get it done. As I said about my games, all of my games are polished. I don't like to use the word polished because it's not. It's just thrown around a lot. Sanded. If anybody lives in the area, I'm sure they know there's a car body shop somewhere near you. This is 2000 grit sandpaper. This will wipe out scratches so fine but will not damage any material of what's beneath it. Now if you look at a cartridge is only yay big, right? So usually you don't dip the whole thing in a cartridge. Take your alcohol, of course, and a towel. I don't want to make a mess. Everybody see right here? Everybody good? Take your alcohol, get it on there just a little bit, just to get it a little bit soothed up. Not too much. Piece of your sandpaper right here. Fold it in half, whatever you got to do. Wet that as well. This is called wet sanding for a reason. I will pass this around once I'm done. You wet sand these pins, and when you're done, I guarantee that every single time you play this game, as long as your Nintendo is clean, it will work like it's brand new. You guys are probably wondering, well, won't this mess up the chips on the board or anything like that? Go ahead, bro.
What about the dreaded front loader 72 pin Benny thing?
Okay, I'll get to that.
Yeah.
I will get to that.
That's usually like it's either the dirty cartridge or it's a stupid front loader because Nintendo thinks it's a good idea to make it look like a VCR or something.
Well, as I said, this will not damage the cartridge at all. It will play like it's brand new every single time. You will not have any problems with your games as long as you're Nintendo. Now look at what I just sanded off. Probably 70% of that, 80% of that is bullshit that had been on the pins from Jessica Rabbit and Roger Rabbit for the past 25 years. So
And that's 2,000 grit sandpaper?
that's 2,000 grit. And alcohol.
I know.
Yeah, you can't use anything but, because of course alcohol is not going to rust.
What proof alcohol?
I usually use 70, 85.
Your local.
Pass this around. I'll let you guys look at one side, and I'll let you look at the other, so that way you can see how much of a resemblance, excuse me, how much cleaner it is to actually see it when it is clean opposed to when it's not. Every single game I have has this done. Now, while that's being passed around, let everybody see that, let's go to tools. Nobody has a tool that really opens up a Nintendo game in your house. Usually you have to go to Amazon, eBay, whatever you have. These are called, in the field, these are called inverted Torx bits. But in reality, just TORX, they're called Torx bits. You have that picture up there?
Oh, that's the family converter. You mean those hexagonal screws, right?
Huh?
You mean those hexagonal screwdrivers, right?
They're not screwdrivers. They're actually heads. A screwdriver would be a Phillips or a flat.
Okay.
I will pass these around also. These are actually two different sizes, and they cost about $4 to $5 a piece. They open up your Sega, your Super, your 64, and your regular Nintendo. And if you have some ghetto knockoff somewhere that was made in, I don't know, Thailand country, Uzbekistan, then it might open that too. Now for the black cartridges, if you're ever going to do that, everybody's played Pong, so you guys know what a Tengen cartridge is. They actually have stickers that are covered by that cover the screen.